Hello, it's me, Mac, back once again with another episode of Microtopia. So last time we were in here, we spent some time optimizing a bunch of stuff, upgrading to iron ants, and yeah, we did pretty good progress. But now I'm seeing a couple of problems going on, mostly storage issues. So we're gonna solve for those. Let's just really quickly get some other large stockpile over here somewhere. So these guys can drop their shit off. Is this not close enough? It's not close enough. Okay. I don't want to destroy those plants. Okay, so those guys will solve there. Over here, we need more storage for screws. So we're going to slide that screw box over, and we're going to put a big old large stockpile over here for screws. And then these guys have run out of iron. So we're going to do that. Over here, you have run out of iron as well because none of these are working. You have run out of fiber, and you guys need your butt spot. Is there anybody... There's nobody working this path right now, is there? Yeah, I need to probably start to think about fiber. And then over here, you don't have any of that, so you're going to go over there. All right. And you guys can just get deleted for now. We'll just take those back. Cool. So that should be all sorted. Over here. Population. Yeah, 155. That is higher than it was moments ago. So that should all be going up. Over here we have a ton of concrete, which I think means... And these guys, so we have a lot of folks over here, so we can place this over here, I think, right? Right, these are our babies there, right? Yeah, nice. Okay, that should help the population on the other side. Excellent. So let's go into our science tree, because we've been making a ton of science. We have 248 science, which means we can now unlock the small bridge. We can make bridges. All right, we can also unlock, what else? We can't unlock that yet. We can unlock the Pod Worker 1 and the Pod Worker 2. Just double check that we got everything else set. We have a timer gate, which could be interesting in some areas. That we need a different kind of science, which we're not able to get. We do need to make resin soon at a facility. So why don't we open that up so we can check that out? And then as soon as we get another... Should we just get these guys now? Does it matter? I don't know. Maybe we'll just wait. We'll get those ones first. We've got the deconstructor. Accepts goods and deconstructs them into their raw components. It's like, I guess if you have too much of something, you can deconstruct it? Would that ever be a thing? I don't know. We also have the factory, which looks like it's going to lead up to these LED things. So that's interesting as well. Yeah, lots of stuff to unlock. We're making lots of science right now, though, so we'll just let it build up, and we'll get everything anyways. Good. All right. Meanwhile, we now have new transport bridges. They take up, yeah, concrete and copper wire. And then we also have this big thing, this big progression thing to make our first kind of like princess ants, I guess, but we need to make resin for that. What do we need for resin? Is that a factory thing? That is not in here, so that would have to be in the facility, I suppose. Let's just build a facility. Can we build a facility? We need glass and we need fabric for the facility. Okay, we've been getting glass over here. We just don't have that much of it yet. 34. Okay. So we'll be getting glass soon enough. We'll probably split this up so that these guys can make also glass in a little bit. Yeah, that'll be good. We'll set this up like we have on the other side where they can... Yeah, you know what? Why don't we do that now? Let's start making some glass. Let's start making some glass. What else do we need here for this? We need copper. We need copper. Okay. And I don't have any copper over here right now. Copper wire, but not copper. All right. Well, that's fine. That's fine. We'll reorganize this bit. Maybe we'll just build a couple more. Let's just build a couple more smelters over here. Can't build it off of that. That's fine. Got plenty of scrap to build these. Over here, we need a dispenser. So they're coming here. We want... What do we want to do here? We need another stockpile. We're going to need a stockpile like over here, which will be for glass, which is going to lead to light bulbs and things as well. We might need to move these back a bit. These will be our glass smelters. And then we're going to need paths going to these. And question is now, do I just carry these guys over and have them come through here? We're going to make these specifically glass, so they don't drop that stuff into it. And so if they make it past here, since they're picking up over here, they're making it past here. If they are empty, always make things a little bit... If not carrying any material, you're going to go this way. And then you're going to go this way. And then you're going to go through a counter gate of 1 into these guys. And then you're going to go over there. And then you're going to need a dispenser over here-ish. Can I get that to... Yeah, I'll just do that. Which is going to connect to our glass supply over here. Blink, blink. Oh my god, look at all the scientists. All right. Yeah, we need to get that. We're just making so much science. We're probably going to have to... yeah, these guys are... They are blocking up over here. Okay. This just needs to, like... It's just... They're just not moving through here because this bud is too big? Is that what's happening? I think that's what's happening. Yeah. Okay. All good. There's some babies over here too. We need to get them going over here. What are we using over here? We're using those guys. We need an old gate. This game gets complex fast. These guys are not feeding anything either. Why are you not feeding anything? Yeah. Oh, we also need one over here too. Yeah, and then you, sir, don't want this to get too complicated. But I feel like it's going to get too complicated. This is one that's going... I think that's one. Is theirs. Okay, okay. Blink and blink. Okay. Alright, over here, we need exit paths now. So we're going to grab these guys, and yeah, one's going to go over here. One's going to go over here. So that should be fine. These guys are just waiting patiently. This stuff is just taking forever to finish up. Oh, and I'm realizing they're never going to be empty because they're always coming through here. Right. Right as rain. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't work. This is broken. This is busted. And then even if they come through here, they're still going to be... Yeah. Okay, hang on a second, folks. We got... I messed it up. What else is new? Alright, we're going to move this back. Move this back. We're going to delete this. We're going to move you. We're going to move you like here. And we'll get another one. Get another one over here. And so, yeah. And now what's going to happen is countergate's going to go here. And here. And then these guys are going to go like so. And then those gates are going to end that way. And then this one is going to go, yeah, can I do that? Yeah, I can do that. And then these guys are all going to have to shift as well. A little bit. Unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately, all of you guys are going to shift in over here a bit. And we're going to do something similar. How back, much farther back can I put you? Not very far back at all. Okay. That's fine. You go over there. You go over there. You go over there. You go over there. Alright, you can come there. You can come there. Alright, and then we do a quick pause and delete of those. We do a quick move of this. Like so. And then we do the same thing. We'll just do it like we have on the other side. Alright, yeah, pause that before they come in here again. Oops. You're waiting for that stuff, right? Okay. Okay, and then we go back into the counter gates here, and we do one here, one here, one here, and we're going to delete this. We're going to move you to here, to counter gate in like there somewhere. This guy is going to go over there for now. It's fine. He'll go around the long way, but that's fine. And then just going to pause again while we do this, because it's just going to make life easier. You're going to go there. Yeah, that's fine. Just make little L's around here. We need another storage dispenser over here. And then trail going here. That, and then our counter gates can go in. So this is the only tricky one here, because it's gonna have to kind of like go there. Okay, and then that should solve for most of this in a moment. Once those guys go around once. And then that should start giving us glass. And you, sir, got stuck on the wrong line. Yeah, these are all far enough. Are they picking up from somewhere incidentally? No, they are not. Why are you here? What do you have? Yeah, okay, you go back. This does not have a target. These guys need booping. Oh my gosh, yeah, We're struggling over here. We have so much science coming in now. Okay. Too much science, even. Could use maybe more flyers, I guess. We have quite a few of those as well, though. Okay. We're up to 175 population. That's the highest population we've had so far, which is amazing. This is going down quite a bit, though. The bar is going down for some reason. Why is that going down? Solve for one problem, there's always 5 more, feels like. Yeah, we got food. In fact, we have too much food. And a few of these guys. Yeah, a bunch of these guys are empty. Eventually we'll get the smart dispensers, and then we can like remove all of these later on. Oh my gosh, bink, bink, bink. Yeah, I guess we'll just accumulate a whole bunch of science for a while, and then maybe shift these guys out to do something else. Because we also have quite a few flyers. Like we're just to have a good population right now. Okay, what's going on over here? I didn't connect these to anything. I am slow and not very smart. All right, so we'll grab that. Grab that. Grab that. Okay, what's going on here? We have... What's up with you? Oh, there's the wrong exit. The wrong gate's on there. That's fine. That's fine, okay. Cool. Okay, there's our first bit of glass. Amazing. It's empty because it's automatically going over to the sky, which we'll take care of later. Okay, over here, things seem to be fine. Over here, we have very few miners working right now. Yeah. Got a whole bunch of dudes working over here. We don't have an old gate from over here, do we? No, it doesn't look like it. We need an old gate over here. Old gate for you guys. It's going to come out this way. And then it's going to come up and go into that path here. Okay. Excellent. We have a problem. This is not connected to any steel. All right. Yeah, those smart gates are going to be very useful, I think, in simplifying a bunch of stuff. That may be the first thing I get once. So I got to get the factory. Let's just unlock that now. We have 150 ants. We can do the thumper now, which takes 500 science. And that is going to be not enough. We have to... allows you to start a nuptial flight at will. Okay, so that has to do with the gines that we haven't built yet. All right, we have the smart dispenser we really want. We've got LEDs, and then we've got these guys. So we can unlock both of these. That will give us more independent workers. But they're a 2-step construction, I think. I don't think you can do them in 1 step. I think you got to build these guys, and then you got to build these guys. So that's a bit of a nuisance, to be honest. And where are we going to do that? Are we going to do that in this island? Blink, blink. Or are we going to do it on the other island? I'm not sure yet. Or both. Or both. Like, this island is the one that struggles the most with general population. Like, it goes down and then it comes way up, and then it tends to go down. Right now it's good, but we're going to be running out of stuff over here too, right? We got fabric. Are we supplying fabric over here? Because we're not making any fabric here, right? Just through the recycling program is the only way we're making that right now, right? Yeah, so that's going to go down. So, yeah, and all these are done. Okay, so this is going over here. These are all yeah, those are all just fine. What are you? Your plates. Yeah, we'll probably have to redistribute this air flight system, or we can build a bridge. And maybe we just have folks taking stuff back and forth. That'll probably be faster, and then we can use the flyers to start populating this other island. Because what do we get on this other island? Again, is there anything gold? But I don't think we're going to need that for a little while. But it does have a lot of glass. It's a better source of glass, it looks like. But we need miners for this. So we're going to have to establish quite a bit on here to get miners, because we need to build constructors and all sorts of stuff. Those have a lot of fiber. We can get a little bit of concrete over here if we need to. Interesting. So what do we need? Yeah, okay, that's another project we'll start working on. We're gonna build an airport, a proper airport that will fly and supply this island, so we can start building stuff over here later. Because I don't think we can build a bridge there. But we can build a bridge over here. We can build bridges here. We can do it. We have the technology. We have a full bucket of food over here. Jeez, okay. We need more storage. We have a dead ant over here too. Bye, sir. Okay. But I think this is just temporary, because I don't think this works pretty good, but I think the ants that are going up here instead will get them going up here. This seems like it's a more efficient location for that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so let's build a bridge. So we got a path coming up here already. We can now build a bridge transport, which takes that. So this looks like, so these are one way. Okay. So these are one way, which is fine. That gets built almost instantly while we're short on one wire. So that shouldn't take too long. There's a whole bunch of copper up here, and a whole bunch of this stuff, and a little bit of iron deposit up that corner. And there's a whole bunch of iron over here and everything like that, so we can get to later. Okay. So once that gets built, we're making wire here, yeah. We are making wire, yeah, there's a wire. That's built. Beautiful. Beautiful. We still have a lot of copper over here too, so I don't know. I don't really need a lot of copper. Got 64. Okay, so we do have to watch the fabric production, the fabric level over here. Glass is being built into all these nice light bulbs. That's being fed over there. That's almost out, so we just got to keep an eye out on that. But that's fine. We are losing a bunch of people over here, unfortunately. Are they dying before they get here, or is this full? This is not full. So I think they're just not quite making it there in most cases. Or they're carrying stuff with them and they're waiting and they're dying. That's probably more likely. That is probably more likely. I put that one there. Will that work for everything? Yeah, okay. Cool. All right, so now we've got miners coming up this way. And over here we got these guys who are set to 2. So we'll set this now to being like maybe 5. And they're going to come up here. And then they're going to go up to here. Yes. And then we can get all this copper, but I don't think that's really important right now. We need to forage. Right? So we're going to forage all of yonder goodness. And there's copper inside the field as well. Yeah, so we're just going to make a path around to get as much of the green guys as we can here. super long, crazy path. And then we need to get a stockpile in here. I don't think we really care too much about the fiber, so I can just... Yeah, we'll just break this up. Yes. And so... I think we'll probably need 2. So put one like over here. And one over there. And we've already got folks coming up here. And let me just pause really quickly here, because now what we need is going to be a carry gate. If you are carrying green stuff at different points, you're going to go into these paths over here. And we'll just continually, we might need a third. Yeah, I think we need a third storage over here. Right, and then go back to the counter, not the counter gate, this gate. And like send folks over here as well. Okay, that should help that. That should hopefully spread them out a bit once we get more on here. Looks like we need more. Yeah, there's a gate there, that's fine, yeah. Yeah, because once they eat that up, they'll move on to the next one, and they'll keep going around until it's all kind of done, depending on the, that. Okay. Meanwhile, over here, too, we're going to have ants dying over there at some point. And so we need a counter gate of 2. Come in this way. Get more glass over there. 750 glass over there. Okay. Yeah, because I don't think we don't really need too many folks on there. But over here we got quite a bit of energy pods now. Yeah, so we can get some level 2 folks over here. So probably what makes the most sense is long term is because that's just foraging. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're going to build. Now we're going to build a assembler. We're going to build that over here. And the reason why we're going to build it over here is that we are going to send some of our old babies. Actually, we don't need to build it over here. We can build it closer. You know what? Over here is fine. But over here, what we're going to do is we're going to assemble pod workers. Right, we assemble pod workers over here. Right? Which it takes a baby and a light bulb. So these go place the dispenser over here. Our babies are coming out into these areas here. They're all coming into here. And then these ones are, for that cast, all of the babies are coming out over here right now. So we're going to do another trail. We're going to divide. And we're going to send you guys over here as well. And so we're going to send some of these guys out in this convoluted path. I guess I can move some of this stuff around. That's fine. I'm going to send some of those guys out there. And then we're going to connect that to this path. Which means nobody will be going over this thing anymore, but that's fine. Right? Because basically we only want pod workers going up this way. We also need to then fill the pod workers. Yeah, we need 2 of these, don't we? Over here. We need another assembler over here. Right, yeah, because that's now we're gonna have to do that on the other side eventually too. What is this waiting for? This is waiting for, we need an iron plate. Can I get one iron plate? What are you waiting for? Oh, we're out of iron altogether. Yeah, we need, are we out of, we're out of scrap. Are we completely out of scrap? We should have some scrap over here, right? Yeah, sometimes it doesn't tell you that you're out. It's just like, you're just out. Yeah, so we have to be careful there because we are now out of iron. And it didn't let me know. It's rubble. That's supposed to be scrap as well. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't let you know that you're out of scrap, that you're out of stuff. Yeah, we're almost out of glass now too. Yeah, getting low on glass as well. This is also, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, because this guy is going to make. Guy's gonna fill these guys. Yeah. Okay. But we need some iron plates coming over here. Do we have iron? Yeah. What are you waiting for? You need. Why don't you have screws? Oh, because we have to reconnect this. Yeah, because that one is done. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so that's fine. That's all good. We have some iron over here. You connected to this. You're connected to that. So you're keeping that alive. We need to make some... yeah, we need to make... why did I make this so confusing? I made this like way overcomplicated. That's okay. We just need to get a couple... We need to get some iron plates. We need to get some iron plates. And because we need... How much do these take? These take 10 iron plates. So we're going to make this into... Yeah, that's iron plates already. Good. Okay. And this is... We need to change that to over here. For now... Right. And then, yeah, we'll put another trail here. We're making this really convoluted, but bear with me. If you're on, you got iron plates, go there so you can drop them off over here. So we need to make, because what I'm realizing, we need to make this one, and then we need to make another one after. Okay, so how long do you have to live? Just 2 minutes? Okay, so you just chill out over here for now. This is actually going to go directly into this after. We've got another one coming. We've got quite a few coming now. Okay. We just need to quickly get iron plates made over here. Then we need to go work on our airport. Right? So we still have a few guys coming over there. That's fine for now. This is now going to go over here. We're going to need to build another one of these over here. So basically all we'll have over there will be those types in a little bit. Because these guys can, haul and foraging. Right? Can we get those iron plates? How many iron plates do we need? We need 1 iron plate, guys. Okay, it's coming. It's coming. This little guy is the savior. He is going to save us. Can I connect? Can I place a dispenser on here already, or do I have to? No, I can't. Okay. Where is that iron plate? We need it. We need the iron plate. There it is. Here comes the iron plate. Here comes the iron plates. Zoom. Done. All right, now these guys can change into pod worker 2s. And then this is going to no longer be necessary. Oh, well, this little guy's going to go across. That's fine. Excellent. Excellent indeed. Yeah, so these guys are going to make there. You can make your journey just back over there for now. Good stuff. And then over here, we're going to create another one of them. It's going to take a while. And this is all kind of like messy. So we might end up just cleaning this up anyways at some point. Here. So over here, we're going to make another one. And basically, we're going to take all the old guys off here. They're going to be self-perpetuating. They're going to collect their own material. They're going to pull it in. They're going to come back here. And then they're going to go back out into the world. Like so. And this can be placed over here. Right, so all the old ants from here will go over there. And life will be good. Life will be good and wonderful. And we'll put a small storage somewhere over here to catch anybody who's got stuff on the docket still. And we just need to place some old gates around so we can capture as many of those guys as we can. Right? That makes sense, I think. Yeah, because all they're doing is foraging. So if it's just hauling and foraging, that's what they should be doing. You, on the other hand, yeah, you're out of fabric. Yeah, okay, so we're going to have to work on our airport. Unless we want to start making fabric over here, which I don't think we want to. I don't think we want to do that. We got to work on... Oh my goodness, what is happening here? Oh my goodness. Okay, folks. Yeah, alright, let's do something over here. This is not working. We need to make like an organized aeroport over here. So you guys go over here so I have some space to work here. Yeah, our population is really high right now, okay. Okay, we're gonna have to do some pausing. Sorry, folks, we're gonna have to pause. It looks like there's no way to do it, because otherwise these guys are gonna die. I'm gonna delete all of this. And then we're gonna move this stuff over here. Right, so we're gonna move all this stuff over here. Do I wanna make it long, or I wanna make it probably like a... Probably makes sense to make it like a circuit, because we'll have other stuff we need to get over here, likely. Right? So we'll make it something like that. I have so many flyers. Oh my goodness. How many of these guys do we have? 25 drones. Jeebus. All right. Alright, our last project of this episode, I believe, will be this. Okay, so we're going to move this again, just to get it out of the way. Over here, we're going to have path going through here like this. Yes, I know it's not perfect, but that's okay. They're going to drop off things over here. They come from this landing pad. This landing pad is going to move once this guy gets out of the way. Oh my gosh, they're aging as I speak. No, gotta hurry. Alright. This landing pad is gonna come over here. Folks that are carrying anything at all, if you're carrying any material, you're gonna go through there. If you're not carrying any material, you're going to go over here. All right, similarly, your guys are going to go over there. Right, so they'll go through. That way they'll always be dropping off. Once they get over here, they are going to split into different paths. Right, so we're going to have some dispensers. Now for the moment, we're going to need multiple dispensers for certain things. So as an example, for the babies, we have 4. So let's take care of that first, because we need lots of babies coming over. So we got 1 over there. We got 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to have... Yeah, these guys are just making it a little bit harder for me to build stuff, but that's okay. I don't know how many different things we need. How many different things do we need? I don't know. Anyways. Either way, this guy is going to come into here. Don't worry. We got it. We are going to then divide. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. That's not what we're trying to do. Not at all what we're trying to do, game. We're trying to divide this way. And this way. And then this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Do we need 5 things? I don't even know yet. That's okay. Okay. It's getting close and personal here. Alright, 2 going over there. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Can I just need to grab this little... I just need to grab this if I could. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna have to unpause it. Okay. So, this is going to go to... What's going on here? That's gonna go there. This is going to go there. This is a bit of a slow nuisance work. I really need to unlock that universal one at some point. That's going to save so much time. All right, so that's that. What else do we need on the other side? We need fabric. We need fabric. Fabric. We need also, my God, I have so much concrete. Should build another bridge, right? We need iron. We're going to need iron over there to help supply their iron. Do we need anything else? I suppose we can bring some scrap over. Do we need anything else over there? I don't think so. Actually out of stuff over here. Okay. That's fine. And let me just, while I'm here, I'll just move this out. This is going to be for concrete. Probably use a bunch of that soon anyways for bridges. Alright, so these guys will split up over here. We will then have them... Right, so this one is fabric, this one is metal. Do I get them to do like... Because I think we need quite a bit of iron over there, right? So we'll do that. We're going to have to watch the amount of iron we have. Just keep an eye on that closely. Anything else from the side that we need? Do we need like food? No, right? We could bring fabric over, but I think that's redundant. I have so many of these guys. Okay. Yeah, so we might delete one of these paths. I don't think there's anything else desperately we need over there at the moment. We're doing 2 paths for iron. We could do 2 paths for... Well, there's so many of them, I don't think it really matters, right? At the moment. So why don't we just... Yeah, I don't think it matters just because we have such a surplus of them at the moment. So we're going to do one trail coming out here, one trail that's going to go out here, one trail that's going to go right here, and then they're going to come this way. Oops. Right, and they're going to go there. And then they're going to come this way and go there, and similarly they are going to come this way and go there. Right. Now, you can go there, you can go there. And then, yeah, all you guys can go there. And we're just going to try to sort these folks out as best we can. All you are going to go there. I have so many, oh my goodness. All right, you, sir, should be going there. Why are you coming here? Should be going there. Oh, it's not an if or, that's why. It's not a split. It needs to be a split path. Alright, or else they're just going to keep going around. Okay. That's fine. We have, wow, we actually need like more than one airport now. Are you carrying food? Yeah. You are, okay. The rest of you guys... Yeah, we actually need more than one now. Because we have so many of them. Jeez, ooh. We have so many people. I guess we could just make more of them. Why not, right? Let's, yeah. Why the heck not? And then these are all... We might even need more landing pads. Let's just make more landing pads. How much are landing pads? Or no, landing pads are free, right? Okay, might as well just make more landing pads. There is no reason not to. Goodness gracious, look at that. No, that's not what I'm trying to do, game. Nope, no, I'm not trying to select that. I'm trying to select these guys to go over here. I'm trying to select these guys to go over here. And your target will be here. And your target will be here. Okay, now we've got regular flights, jeez. That's a lot of flyers. They are flying like crazy. This path is way too long, eh? It's way, way too long. It should just be coming like... from there, right? I had it going this way before. Oh, because the recycler used to be down there, that's why. Okay, why does this guy have food? Why does this guy have food? Shouldn't have food. Should not have food on him. Is the food filled? It's not filled. It's definitely not filled. Okay, that's fine either way. And over here... Okay. Is this thing... yeah, it's not telling me when stuff is empty anymore. A little bit annoying. Okay. It's not giving me the little warning when stuff is done. Alright, what are we waiting for you? We're waiting for copper. Okay. That's the other thing we need from over here. We need copper. What are we grabbing from here? We're grabbing glass. We are grabbing that. Okay, we're just going to change this to copper for now. And we'll set up one of these to be copper. Cool. Okay, so that's all set up now. That's working a bit better. This is all going. We got these guys now over here. We're building this up. This is almost done. eventually that will be all that's on here. Yeah, we've already got quite a few on here. Nice. Yeah. Alright, a little. We're not picking up those ones. Okay, over here we're gonna need elder gates soon enough as well. It's too bad these guys can't like mine. As I mean, it'd be good if they had a miner. A miner. They do plant cutting, hauling, and foraging when they're powered. So they can do plant cutting, so that's good to know. So these guys are good for most places, but we need our better miner. We need like the advanced miners before we go to the other side, I feel like. We need these guys before we go to the jungle. Because the other miners are so inefficient. You can't really do much with them. Alright, this is done now. Okay, cool. So this is going to change into assemble pod worker 2. And then we need to set up some old gates in a few spots over here. Capture as many of these guys as we can. And they are going to run this way. Can I get you through here? No, not until I clear that up. Okay. I was hoping that would work, but it's not going to work. We're just going to have to cross paths. Over here. Over here. I put another one over there. That's fine. We're going to have a bunch of these guys for a little while. That's fine. These guys will be wasted a little bit, but that's all right. Yeah, and these guys also come... Oh, they come a bit earlier. Okay. So they get old, and then they come over. But then they go back out. So this is infinite now. Amazing. Amazing. That's very nice. So that's like an infinite supply of workers too. Huh. Okay. Sweet. Over here we're supplying a good amount of this, but not like super amount. Like it's okay, but I don't think we could switch it over to the I don't think we can switch the Queenie over yet to that. I'm not sure how quickly she's going to eat. But we can. The one thing we can do, though, is we can build a bridge. We can build another bridge. Because what I'm thinking is these guys split. And we could send half of them across to replenish over here for any of the foraging type stuff. So that eventually we have kind of the same idea over here. For any of the foraging ones, it's all the permanent guys. Right? We'll because they're permanent, we can kind of keep them off of everything else. And they can just have their own closed thing. So all of this stuff can be done with permanent folk. We just need to keep building them. Right? That makes sense, right? Let's build a bridge. Let's build another bridge. Do we have the materials to build another bridge? This is going to be costly. All right, so we're going to get another bridge. It goes from here to here. Oh, and it takes from both sides. Nice. Okay. Pop. Okay, now we're cooking. Now we are cooking. So the last thing we'll do for this episode then is we're going to divide this up. Like so. So we get half of those guys coming this way. It's a bit of a hike through a bit of a messy area. Yeah, we need like the highway here is going to be pretty crazy. But I think it will work out. Right, so those guys are going to come over here. We are going to be able to then bring them across and have them work in pretty much all the plant cutting and all of the food areas. At which point, once we have those populated, we can cut those off from the rest so that we have everybody else going to factories and things like that for now. So we'll have them focus on plant cutting, and then we'll have them doing other things after. Right, so eventually we'll just have a permanent workforce that is being supplied by energy. Yes, okay, cool. So, they can't do mining. They're going to come down here. They're going to come all the way down here, so that's the one thing that is a bit of an issue. And the first thing we're going to have them do is come over here. Right, which means over here we're going to need a population, we're going to need an assembler, and wherever, yeah, we've got the old gauge gate over here, which they'll be able to come out of for the moment until we get this populated. We're going to do a gate, and it's going to be a cast gate, and it's going to be enter if from... Oh, we kind of have to do both, I guess, right? Because they're going to... Yeah. Interesting, okay. So they're going to have to do this. We're going to have to do... Are we going to do the green ones? I guess we'll do the green ones. Right? And Elder Trail over here. And then straight back into here. So that's one closed loop. We'll populate this. Once there's like 4 or 5, 6 on here, we can cut that out. This needs to be fed from our supply over here, and then worst case, if we need to, we can change to the regular one. So this won't last as long. Should I already change it to the regular one? It won't last as long, but then we can use this for food. Yeah, because we're gonna get them on the food pass first, anyways, right? So let's do that. Yeah, this will be over there, and this will make pod workers 1 for now until we can get more supply. That way we'll be able to use this supply to feed the queen and get more population, general population. Yeah, so I think I'm onto something here. I think we have a plan. So we're going to do the same setup over here afterwards. So after these guys we're going to get those populated first. Here comes the first one, actually. Let's watch him walk in. Hello, sir. How much time do you have left on you? 6 minutes. Okay. Not terrible. So he's going to come in. He's going to go in here. He's going to start grabbing food from over here, which is amazing, which is just going to feed back into here when he wears out, but he'll be able to get more food for sure in one path through than anything else. Awesome. So we're just going to slowly replace all of this, and that will simplify everything else. But I think that's going to do it for another episode. In the next episode, we're going to check out our new toy over here, which is the facility. And we have a bunch of concrete. My goodness, that's so much concrete. We're out of stuff. We'll fix a few things. We're filling up on all sorts of stuff. Why aren't they dropping stuff up in here? Oh, it's got the wrong... It's supposed to be screws, guys. It's supposed to be screws. Okay. All right, but let's go out with our usual bang. Boom, boom. All right, thanks everybody for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.